Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Who does not like romantic animation? But sometimes we may not like the end of the story, which makes us ignore the rest of the anime's details. Today, let's take a look at the list of the best romantic anime in a way that we are not used to before. Where we will talk about a supernatural love story, in which an old woman falls in love with a younger man. The list was made by considering anime with a great deal of romantic elements for them. This will help create a different viewing experience for weekend and weekday enthusiasts alike. Number 10. Kanekon. Kota has girl troubles of the supernatural sort. For some reason, he keeps attracting the attention and affections of animal spirits. Having spent most of his life in the country, Kota is understandably nervous when he moves in with his grandma to attend a high school in the big city. He hoped to make a good impression, but having Chizuru, a beautiful fox spirit, hanging off his arm didn't seem to be the sort of image he wanted to have. She's not alone in her love for Kota, either. Nozomu, a wolf spirit, as well as other yokai have their sights set on the hapless country boy. Number 9. Magikoi. Samurai is a very important part of Japan's history, and associating with them in any way is perhaps one of the most inspiring things a young high school student can hope for. Kawakami is famous for having many ancestors of samurai among its citizens, and is generally surrounded by an atmosphere of fighting spirit, loyalty and dedication to work. In Maji de Watashi ni Koi Shinasai, Kawakami Academy students use this knowledge on a daily basis, whether they're studying for exams, competing in sports competitions, or making sure they take good care of their traditions.
Reporting for Class 2F, Miyako Shi. Class 1C. Kazuya! As student council president, it's my sworn duty to protect you.
It is?
So take my
Number 8. Freezing.
right away.
Look, I know it's my fault you have all those injuries. And it's my fault that you lost your match during the carnival yesterday.
Decades into the future, humanity is under siege by an alien race known as the Novas. These inhuman beings leave devastation in their wake whenever they appear, with the efforts to stave them off becoming known as Nova clashes. Young women known as Pandoras and young men known as Limiters are implanted with stigmata to give them superhuman powers and are trained in military academies, where they must learn to work together if humanity is to have a chance of surviving.
Sorry, I'm not finished with you yet.
Totalizer, look out!
Pandora fighting anywhere outside of the carnival is against the school rules! Can't we resolve this without being violent?
We should stop them before they get hurt.
ああいい肉姫そなたを呼んだのは他でもない聞けばそなたの
Number 7. The world is still beautiful.
お前自身がな。なんだこれは
Liviu's Ifriqiya has conquered the entire world and expanded the Sun Kingdom's influence in the 3 short years since he was crowned king. Upon learning about the powers to create rain, Livius decides to marry Nike Remercia, one of the princesses of the Rain Duke. However, those outside the Sun Kingdom have spread a rumor that Livius is a cruel, ruthless, and tyrannical ruler, and as word reaches the princess, she begins to prepare herself for the worst. But when she finally meets her fiancé, Nike discovers that he is an entirely different person from what she originally expected.
北の塔の屋上に花壇があるお前には必要なんだろ行ってこいよ
Number 6. The Kawaii Complex Guide to Manners and Hostile Behavior.
いやちょっと変な人がいて
Kazunari USA is a high school freshman who will start living alone due to his parents now working in a different area. Excited for his new independent life, he hopes to go about his teenage days without the worry of dealing with any strange people, but as he soon discovers, his new boarding house Kawaii Complex is far from ordinary.
ケンジのバカ野郎
こういうの日暮らし先に好みの女の子でも現実は
ねえお姉さんがいろいろ教えてやろうか。
お酒臭また酔ってますね。
これじゃまるで私が襲ってるみたいじゃん。
みたいじゃなくて襲っ
Number 5. Sekire.
逃げたって無駄よ。私たちと戦いなさい。
Struggling yet brilliant teenager Minato Sahashi has failed his college entrance exams for the second time, resulting in him being regarded as worthless by those around him. However, the course of his seemingly bleak future is altered dramatically when a beautiful, supernatural woman falls from the sky and into his life. That woman, Musubi, is a unique being known as a Sekire, a humanoid extraterrestrial with extraordinary abilities. These aliens are known for kissing humans carrying the Ashikabi gene in order to awaken additional latent powers deep within.
何が食べたいのか聞き忘れました。
ダメだ逃げてむすびちゃん
遅いよ。
Number 4. Please teacher.
勉強？
まさか
じゃあ何やってたの？
別に
One day, Kei Kusanagi notices a strange glowing woman by the lake. He discovers that the woman is actually an alien officer from the Galaxy Federation named Mizuho Kazami, and even more shocking, she's also his teacher. In spite of this setback, he and his teacher gradually get to know each other and a romance blossoms between them. However, soon enough, the principal of the school finds out about their relationship. The solution? Get married.
違うこんなの現実じゃない何するんですか
マニュアルに書いてあったの。地球の男性は色仕掛けに弱い。あたたた。
Oh, ein Spiegel? Irgendwie gruselig.
Number 3. Dusk Maiden of Amnesia.
Hier kommt nicht oft jemand vorbei. Kleines Dummerchen.
Haikyuu Private Academy, built on the intrigue of traditional occult myths, bears a dark past. For 60 years, it has been haunted by a ghost known as Yuko, a young woman who mysteriously died in the basement of the old school building. With no memory of her life or death, Yuko discreetly finds and heads the Paranormal Investigations Club in search of answers.
Du hast ihn nun also doch gesehen. Ich hab doch gesagt, dass du das nicht darfst. Ich empfinde auch keinerlei Reue oder Hass. Und deswegen, um ehrlich zu sein, erinnere ich mich gar nicht mehr daran, wie ich gestorben bin.
Moments ago.
Number 2. Domestic Grl Friend.
Fuji, don't let those two over there corrupt you.
In the teenage years, few things can hurt people more than the heartache that comes with unrequited love. Such is the case for Natsu Fuji, who found himself infatuated with his cheerful school teacher Hina. Natsu shrinks due to this inaccessible desire. There he meets Roy, a girl who rivals her lack of excitement. After bonding due to their mutual embarrassment, she takes Roy Natsu to her home and asks him to have sex with her, hoping that this experience will prevent her friends from treating her like an ignorant child.
Awful puzzle, just keep falling into place.
We've never met. Nothing happened between you and me. Got it?
Do you remember anything that happened last night?
Number 1. Higehiro. When regular salaryman Yoshida wakes up one Sunday morning after a long night at the bar, the last thing he expects to see is that his tiny apartment has a new resident, an unfamiliar high school girl. The previous night, despite finally gathering the courage to confess to his boss and longtime crush, Iri Goto, Yoshida was rejected. After drowning his sorrows at a bar with his good friend Hashimoto, Yoshida headed back to his home in a drunken stupor, only to run into Sayu Agiwara, a runaway high schooler. She asked him to let her stay the night, and with his judgment clouded by alcohol, Yoshida complied.
てくれてありがとうございます。
荻原さゆという女の子を探しているのですが、こちらで働いていません。
Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun.